Hello and welcome back to our study of Peninei Halacha, the teachings of Rabbi Eliezer Melamed Shlita. Hope everyone had an enjoyable and restful Shabbos Bereshis, as we are well into the new year. Please continue davening for Chayil Tzva Gan Yisrael, for Shlem Echol Petzuei Yisrael, and a proper return of those bodies that need Kfuras Yisrael b'mehera. One by one they're coming, but let's hope that we get every single one of them. We won't stop davening until that happens. We learn each day Lili Nishmat Seren Daniel Shema Ben Arav Daron V'Shal Yishavim Damo. Next chapter, Pasuk Sheni V'Kavana So. Miyan Lachar Pasuk Harishon Omer Balachash Baruch Shen Kva Machusal Le'Olam Va'ed. As soon as we finish the first Pasuk of Shema, so we say quietly in an undertone, as Art Scroll would write. So that line, Baruch Shen Kva Machusal, is not part of Keriat Shema. It does not even appear in Tanakh, but nevertheless, Chazal instituted it that we should insert it right after Shema, and we have a long-standing tradition to do so. Let's see what that's about. Mesupar b'Talmud, the Gemara in Pesachim Daf Nun Vav Amud Aleph tells us, Shelifnei P'tirasa Shel Yaakov Avinu, that before Yaakov Avinu died, so we're now in Sefer Bereshis, so think ahead till Parshas Vayechi, which will be in a few weeks. Nesvu Kol Banav Elav. So before he died, he had all of his children were gathered, all the sons, and Bigeish Legalos Lahem Es Ketzei Amim V'Nistalkel Mehen Shechina. He wanted to reveal to them what would happen at the end of days. But the divine presence left him. Amar Levanav, Shema Yesh Bechem Misha Eino Hagun. Ka'avram Shiyatzim Mimenu Yishmael, Ukaviyitzchak Shiyatzim Mimenu Esav. He was worried that maybe there is amongst our progeny someone who is improper and inappropriate, like Avraham had Yishmael, Yitzchak, his father, had his brother Esav, meaning Yaakov's brother. Maybe that's why I can't reveal what will happen at the end of days. So Paschu Kulam v'Amru, so the Gemara says that they all at once, they said, Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad. Kashem she'ein b'libecha ela echad, kach ein b'leveinu ela echad. They professed the unity of God's name and their soul devotion. They said, Tati, Abba, just like you have in your heart only towards one God, so do we. But Usa Shah Pasach Yaakov Amar, so at that minute, Yaakov, he responded and he said, Baruch Shen Kavah Machusal Le'olam Va'ed. Blessed is, of course, the name and the honor of his kingship forever and ever. Amar Chachamim, Umana Asa Nachnu, so what should we do? Nomar Mishpat Zeh V'harei Lo Nichbeh Parsha, but should we say it? It's not written in the Parsha. So Lo Nomar So, V'harei Yaakov Avinu, Alav Hashel Mamro. If we don't say it, but yet it was good enough for Yaakov Avinu, Lefichach Tiknu Omro Belachash. That's why we say it in an undertone, we say it silently, because we don't want you to think that it's part of Keriat Shema. Mishpat zeh nechshav kehemshach lekabalas al malchus shemayim sheba pasuk harishon, and this sentence is considered as a continuation of accepting the yoke of heaven, which is in the first pasuk. V'lachein gam b'chova lechavein leferish milam, and therefore, since it's accepting the yoke of heaven, one has to have proper intention as to what the words mean. V'akori osa b'lo kavana tzarich lachzor l'kor b'kavana, and if you don't read it with kavana, if you don't know what you're saying, then you have to go back and read it with proper intent. We also point out here, Chazal point out, this is not found here in this spot in the Sefer, but Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, if you count, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. And then Baruch Shem is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words, bringing you a total of 12, but also showing the unity of the 12 tribes. And then Yaakov was worried about that, and those are 12 words to solidify that unity. Just a little something extra, a little bonus today. So when you finish Baruch Shen Kavod Le'olam Va'ed, Machusal Le'olam Va'ed, you should pause a little bit and then start the first chapter of Yohavta. Because you want to separate and differentiate between accepting the yoke of heaven and the rest of the parsha. And also, when you say Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad, you should pause slightly also to differentiate between that which is found as a pasuk in the Torah versus which Chazal added in, as we just mentioned. So, of course, the faith of having the oneness of God, it's extremely deep concept, but let's look at it's just what its plain meaning is. HaPasuk HaRishon, Shema Yisrael, Mevateis Emunah Helyona. So we say the first pasuk of Shema, it's an expression of the upper and lofty value of faith that we have. It is one that compels us to recognize the oneness of God, and we call that Yichud Elyon, like the oneness of above. B'madregas hatfisa ha'elyon hazu. So in this upper echelon of understanding this oneness, ein l'shum davar acher kiyum mamashi b'olam. Without this, there's nothing that could exist in the world. El hu yachid ba'olamo v'kolona b'tel mevutam kalapav. Hashem is one in His world, and we are all nothing, and we are all sort of batel and completely nullified in correspondence to that. V'kivan she atzmuso ha'in sofit shel Hashem ein miskale b'olam hazeh. And since this never-ending existence, this almost incomprehensible for a human being to grasp, is something that is not revealed in this world, so it's hard to, on a regular basis, really grab and absorb and really understand what this means. Therefore, only twice in a day, in other words, it's too lofty of a level for us to reach on a regular basis. So therefore, we said at least just twice a day for that one line, let's try and reach to those heights. The second line, Baruch Shem, is what's called the uniqueness or the oneness of God in the lower world. And this, through this line, we accept upon ourselves the yoke of heaven, according to the faith that we have of Hashem's existence and presence as revealed in this world. We're talking about a world which we can touch, which we can feel, which we can see, and this is one which we're a part of. And it's something that's existence. And Hashem controls and runs the world that we live in every single day. According to the will of God, you could have life, extend life, and also end life. This is the understanding. We say Shem u'malchus, the name and the kingship that we have in this world. Baruch Shem kavod malchuso le'olam va'ed. We bless the name and also the malchuso in the kingship in this world. So just to sum it up, it would mean like Shema Yisrael is such a lofty existence of God in the worlds which we cannot comprehend. So we can't go there on a regular basis. We say it twice a day. Maybe we could stick our head up in those clouds for a second. But when we say Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuso, that's something that we can recognize Hashem's dominion in this world, in the physical world, realizing that anything that we have, every breath that we take, is a manifestation of God's kindness towards us. So lots to take in here, very lofty stuff, pun intended. But thank you so much for joining us for another week of learning. Please remember to continue davening for Chayil Yisrael, proper burial for our hostages still being held in Gaza by our enemy. Nishmat Daniel. Thank you. Have a great day, and we'll see you here next time.